Up to 4,500 refugees make this journey every day.
Hundreds of thousands of refugees risking their lives to flee terror and civil war in Syria.
The biggest mass migration of people since the Second World War.
And the magnitude and duration of this crisis obviously has stretched the global response thin.
And often boats don't make it, leaving the bodies of whole families to wash back to the Turkish shore.
The misery is absolutely staggering and growing.
Tragedy is never far away.
Developing tonight, some Republican leaders fear that refugees coming into the United States could put our nation's security at risk. And today, 23 countries in the European Union voting to spread 120,000 asylum seekers across Europe. Now, this coming as the White House is increasing the number of refugees America will accept. Next year, the U.S. will take 85,000, and that will increase to 100,000 in 2017. Are we being set up for a catastrophe? Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz goes on the record. Good evening, sir.
Hi, Greta.
So are you one of the Republicans who fears that accepting these refugees in the United States will put our national security at risk?
Oh, absolutely. I'm deeply troubled how we might vet these people. Let's remember that those people crossing in the Mediterranean, only 54% of them are from Syria, which begs the question, where are these other 46% of the people coming from? 70% of the people that are coming across are males. And so you really got to ask yourself, knowing that ISIS is openly talking about trying to get people into our country, it's a real problem.
All right. Well, first of all, you and I are both on the same page, as I think probably every American is. We don't want terrorists here in the United States. What I don't understand, though, is the fear of the refugees, because I have to tell you that if someone wants to get into this country and be a terrorist, you can do it like the 9/11 terrorists. You can come across our border. Our borders are like sieves. You can overstay a visa, or you can even be homegrown. So I'm not so sure that we should have this sort of fear that these refugees are going to somehow put us at greater risk than what we already have.
Well, we're taking more than 1 million people as legal permanent residents. We have tens of thousands of people coming across claiming asylum. We're taking 70,000 people across our borders as refugees. We handed out more than 10 million border crossing cards to people of Mexico. When is it enough? I mean, these are people that are going to come.
That's a different issue. That's a different issue.
But you raise the risk.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying is that, you know, there's a lot of talk about these other problems when no one's bothered to address the greater problems, which is our borders. There's a lot of talk on Capitol Hill about illegal immigration on both sides of the aisle. Nothing is done. And now these refugees, these people are fleeing war because we didn't, as world leaders, try to do anything about ISIS in Syria. It's suddenly now, you know, we've created a whole new issue that it's the refugees.
Yeah, but when only 54% of them are actually from Syria, that begs a whole lot of questions, and they're coming throughout the Middle East.
But I guess the thing that's so perplexing to me, Congressman, is the reason we have this problem, and the European nations have this problem, is because we as a world let Syria get out of control. All these red lines, everything that was said, nothing was ever done, and now we have this problem.
That's exactly right. And if you look at what President Obama did and Secretary Clinton, what did they do over the last? These things got worse. They didn't get better. And that investment, the use of our troops, the use of our money, the use of our aid, it did not produce the results. And now they're fleeing, the biggest mass migration since World War II. We're already doing more than our fair share here. But how do you vet these people? It only takes but a couple to cause pandemonium here in this country.
Congressman, thank you. Always nice to see you, sir.
Thanks, Greta.